the story of Barracuda. It's about a working class young man, Danny Kelly. Half his heritage is Scottish and Irish, half his heritage is Greek. He represents something close to who I am in that sense as a child of immigrants in a multicultural society in a city like Melbourne. He also is dealing with two things that I think are pivotal in the novel: l'échec or failure, and shame, which for me have been dominating emotional experiences. I was very clear when I was thinking about what I wanted to write. I knew that I wanted to write about failure. I knew I wanted to write about shame, but I knew that I didn't want to write the self-reflexive novel. So the novel is structured in, so it has two parts: breathing in and breathing out. The notion of breath, because it is so important to the swimmer. I thought that would mark the fact that, let's use a musical terms, that this book is in two movements. It's a movement into darkness, the breathing in, and a movement out towards light, which is the breathing out. The other thing I knew when I started writing it was that this was not a book about whether Danny Kelly did or did not win an Olympic gold medal at the Sydney 2000 Olympics. So I thought, I want to, right at the beginning of the novel, I want you as a reader to know that. So the happy accident, that's the, you know, so many things change in the novel in the redrafting, but that structure came to me very early, and I'm so very glad that I did, because it allowed me to do that. It allowed me to say, this is another different kind of book. And the other thing, and this I borrowed from jump cuts from Montage in Cinema. I was saying earlier to you that I didn't want to write the coming out story. I thought, I'm going to, with this novel, trust that you know, you don't have to explain everything. You don't that there are things that I can allow the reader to imagine. Those things, such as the moment that Danny tells his parents he's gay, for example. We don't need to. You're adult enough. You're experienced enough. We know that story. You can imagine it as a reader. You don't need me to tell you. So that was one moment. Another moment is, you don't need to know the trial. You don't need to know how Danny Kelly, you know what exact sentence led him to jail. Again, as a reader, you can work that out. It's not important. And it was that chronological movement forward in the third person and the chronological movement backwards in the first person that allowed me to do that, to do what the jump cut does in cinema, to jump time. You know, the Barracuda, the dangerous Barracuda, is part of who he is, but it's not the only thing he is. He's these other things as well. So maybe that's what he's realised at the end of the novel, or maybe let's be more precise. It's what hopefully the reader has realised by the end of the novel.